COVID test requirements for the United States went into effect yesterday. It means travelers to the USA must now test negative within 24 hours of departure, as opposed to 3 days previously. The change has caused some confusion on the island among residents who are not sure of the testing rules and the options available. Tarai Trott spoke to Dr. Kyjuan Brown, the medical director of the North Shore Medical Center, for some advice. He reminded residents that rapid antigen testing that yields results within a few minutes is available for travel use.
Talking about rapid tests, many might be unaware that they can get a rapid test, whether it be PCR or antigen, to enter the U.S. Briefly, what's the difference between the two, rapid tests and antigen versus PCR, for those who don't know?
Right, so the PCR is extremely sensitive. So it takes a few viruses. It can detect, probably about 10 to 20 viral particles, which is an extremely low number. And then it takes it into a system and then replicates those viruses, amplifies them, if you will, and then gives you a result. So it's extremely sensitive. The antigen, which is lateral flow, that's different, right? So you will really need to have a high viral load for that to be really detected, for your positive sample to even be detected. And so what I tell patients is that the gold standard is PCR, but the requirement for the United States is antigen. So, we can run with that. And as you see, the UK has changed their stance and now they're moved to PCR before travel as well.
To clarify, I heard you say US will accept antigen. That is the current ones we do at home, but I guess certified.
Right. So it's a similar technology. We actually use a laboratory version because we're a COLA accredited laboratory. But it's a similar technology. We just have to have a lot more internal and external controls.
So NMAC is providing same-day testing for the public using a rapid antigen test that is certified. What does certified mean?
Great. Well, it's FDA approved. That's one, under the emergency use authorization. And two, we're approved by the Bermuda government to perform COVID testing. And so we would issue you an official result that's acceptable for travel. And it's been accepted. We've been doing it now, for months now, and we haven't had any issues.
And so you give results in a couple of minutes for an antigen rapid test?
Yeah, within an hour, generally, if we're busy.
Another hassle facing residents is a requirement to be tested before arriving back in Bermuda. Dr. Brown says his new certified remote testing service aims to remove some of the stress of applying to re-enter the island.
As I was coming back from Miami, it was very distressing, trying to figure out where to get tested, how to get tested, and am I going to get my results in time? So the service that we do offer is our telehealth services. And so you pick up a kit prior to leaving, and you will schedule your appointment, and we would, just like how we're having now, a Zoom meeting, if you will, but with our telehealth service, be able to supervise you doing the test.
So a person's collected their kit prior to leaving Bermuda, they're, let's say, in America, and they will do a Zoom video call with one of your staff members, and you will observe them testing themselves, and that result, if it's positive, you will say, okay, this person is legit to come back to Bermuda.
Right, if it's positive, you're not, because if it's negative, yes.
Negative, sorry. Also, lastly, any advice, Dr. Brown, because you've traveled recently, you've said, any advice to residents who are thinking about taking a trip, but who don't want to be bothered by getting tests and travel authorizations, but who may be under the impression that they should wait a little bit until there's no more testing at all in the world?
Well, being on the other side of the world is open, Tarai, and I think it's time now for us to get on with it and to explore and to get back traveling. Of course, with the necessary safety measures and being cognizant of the regulations as they change very quickly in the jurisdictions that you're going to. But in reference to the travel authorization, I think the government has done an amazing job. It's a seamless process. It's simply just upload your results, upload your vaccine certificate, and I think within about 4 to 5 hours for me, I got my green travel authorization to return back to Bermuda and all my guests who travel with me.
Wet weather for the next few days.